Um, this is just a short video here that I needed to bring out to you, and it's a very serious video that I need to discuss with you. Um, there are some very serious things going on right now uh, with La Palma. I don't know if you guys are aware, but somebody had put out somewhere that they were, that there is a strong sulfur smell going on La Palma. What that means is that there is going to be yet another eruption. And the eruption is going to be major when it does blow the next time around here. Um, this situation is so serious, what's going on over there, that there was a meeting at the White House today, and Biden's cabinet has elected not to go public on this for fear of creating panic. They know from the advisors on this issue that this is moved up a level for people that would be in the wave um, of a tsunami that could be a result of that. And it's very disheartening to find out that it's pretty much a blackout. It's a media blackout on what they know from the scientists there, our scientists, and what their concerns are. Um, you don't have 8 to 9 hours unless if the eruption happens at a time frame where you're awake and you happen to catch it, whether it be social media or regular media. That's about the only way you're going to get that type of heads up. And the reason being is because we don't have buoys out there uh, that brings this out. So the thing, in that regards there, from what I've heard, is you've basically got about 2.5 hours would be about the best warning people would get. All right, it's not fear mongering either for the people that are dumb enough to come out here and say that. I could care less about your fear mongering. The issue is trying to let people know something so that they can make an informed decision for themselves. Uh, you can make your little stupid comments, but if I were you, I would go to some other channel and not listen to this channel if that's the way you feel about it. I'll just tell you straight up. I'm here to try to help people. I'm not here to cause fear mongering. I'm just here to try to get somebody help to where they can make an informed decision on their own. It's nothing for anybody to take and make a decision that, hey, let's take a little trip here, maybe you only got to go 50 miles to be in a safer place there for the next couple of days, see how things go. That's a heck of a lot safer than just doing nothing. And especially if you have the opportunity to be able to do so. And I think about, I used to live in Florida, so I think about those people down there. I would not, I realize if something happens, you live, say, down in Miami and everything, you don't have a heck of a lot of time to get nowhere. That's a long doggone way to get to safety from down there. And there again, yeah, it's true. Maybe nothing will happen. Maybe that if it does break off, maybe it won't be big enough to cause anything that would be of a major significance for this side in the first place. But the issue is if we can be proactive, or at least we're aware of what's going on, and we can say, look, let's monitor this a little bit closer and see what happens. If it's going to be something that's worth doing something about, then we'll take a proactive step at that time. So that's pretty much the way I think about it. And the thing is I have the opportunity to be able to share something like that with you to let you know. And and sadly, I really believe this is all man-made on this. I knew on the 8th of September, it was disclosed in a meeting that I was in that the Chinese and the Russians, and ended up not being the Russians involved in it, but they were going to use a device that would create a problem that would set off the volcano at the Canary Islands. And the fact is, I mean, quite frankly, did I think it was going to happen a few days later? No, absolutely not. Did I think it was going to be the 13th this was all going to start? No. I mean, I get so much information when I go through these type meetings and everything that I'm trying to determine, okay, what should I put out there first? And so I didn't really think that that was going to be one of the top things that were going to start happening. A lot of people know about that, though. So even when people say, oh, your sources are no, well, they knew about that one and it happened. But at any rate, there's some other things, though, that was shared with me today that I'll be bringing over on Patreon, because again, it's not, these will not be critical issues for you, but I do want to share that. I am going to go a little bit more into this evening. I'll do it over on iConnect, then we'll link it into Israeli News Live so you guys can know what's coming up. I want to give you a little bit more of the details that I'm aware of right now of what the administration, you know, why they've made their choice. And granted, listen, although I don't agree with what their choice is on this, I understand in a way, like as I was told, they feel like it would just cause panic. But the issue is they know the threat level to the United States has risen. That's my concern. They know the threat level has risen, not to say that it will happen, but because the threat level has risen and because of the signs that are there that it could pose a potential risk to the United States, I think they should at least give the American people the opportunity, put it out there publicly and just say, this is the case that we're dealing with. And, you know, if you feel that you want to evacuate with your family and give it a few days until this dies down, then do so. Give the American people the option to choose what they want to do to help get themselves to safety. Most people probably would not do anything. I mean, granted, most people would. Most people say, well, I'll wait and see if it gets worse, but I really don't believe it's going to happen. Okay, well, that's all right. But at least give the people the opportunity to make that decision on their own. You know? I mean, I don't know. My mother was the type person, you know, that she always took things seriously, and she would go, you know. So it's kind of like hurricanes. We know they're coming. They tell you they're going to be Cat 3, Cat 4, Cat 5, whatever the case might be. Most people never leave. And then the next thing you know, they're on top of somebody's roof somewhere with the water coming up, and they're worried about dying. Do we have a lot of deaths as a result of the hurricanes? No, we don't normally have a lot of deaths. But some people put themselves in harm's way, and some people do die as a result because they didn't heed the warnings that were coming. But at least when they have the hurricane coming, you can watch the news and you got an idea that it's coming, and you can make the decision yourself of what you want to do. That's really my stand on that issue. But anyway, listen, I love you guys. I care about you tremendously. And I think about you. I know that we have people that listen to this broadcast that are in Florida, that are on the Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, all the way up to New York coast there. You know, so I care about you, and I'm going to make sure that anything I can find out that would help you, that I can get that to you. I do not care about the views and stuff like that. In fact, I don't even look to see what views are anymore. Because I'm not here for that reason. I'm here because I care about humanity, and that's the reason I do the things that I do. So anyway, and honestly, I will say one thing. If something happens, especially in the middle of the night, I've already been told to keep my phone by my head and stuff like that, because if something goes down and they know it before I can find out about it, they'll let me know so that I can let you know. Not that everybody's going to stay up in the middle of the night to watch Israeli News Live. I realize that. But hey, if there's something we can do to help somebody, we're there to do it. So anyway, God bless you. Thank you for listening. And you guys definitely watch closely, though. Anytime you're away, just watch closely and monitor it, especially if you're in one of those areas. If you happen to live on the West Coast, it's not going to affect you or anything like that. Watch for the sake of your friends on the East Coast, because you guys are up later. You know, you got 3-hour difference in time and stuff like that. So think about your friends there. So if you would, those people out there in California and stuff, when it's getting late, be watching. If you're in Australia and you've got friends in the United States, I know you guys have got different time zone altogether. Let's kind of look out for one another. All right, God bless you and thank you. Thank you for so many nice comments as well. I have my glasses on so I can see comments a little bit better at this point. Anyway.